And now, viewer's choice number 1.
You're a freak. You're a nerd.
Just get over yourself. No one likes you. You have no friends.
It's the kind of cruelty for which teenage girls are famous.
You're such a loser, Catherine.
If you're a woman, you probably remember just how traumatizing this can be. So, if you encountered this scene on a stroll through the park, what would you do?
Are you that ashamed of how ugly you are you don't want us to see you?
But these mean girls aren't what they seem. They're actors, and our hidden cameras are capturing an all too common and painful adolescent rite of passage.
Are you gonna cry?
Oh, Mommy.
Are we being too mean to you?
We're watching on monitors from a nearby van. With us, Rosalind Wiseman, author of Queen Bees and Wannabes, the book on which the movie Mean Girls was based.
Do you know what everyone says about you? They say that you're a homeschooled jungle freak who's a less hot version of me.
2 years before, we tried the same experiment, except the bullies were boys, and the bullying was physical.
You are such a loser.
But will it be different if the tormentors are throwing insults instead of punches?
We're not your friends. You don't have any friends. You're just alone all the time.
Basically, no one likes you. And
The first thing we notice is that many men just keep on walking.
They weren't getting violent, so that's why I intervened. They would just call himself name.
If it had gotten physical, you would
I
have...
would have jumped in, yes.
Why do we have to wait until it gets physical to do something about it?
we're not gonna go away, Catherine.
Does humiliation mean nothing? It's the seeds of what happens when kids do get physical.
You are just a waste of air.
And she says the damage to a teenage psyche is just as real when the weapons are words.
You guys are so mean. Leave her alone. 3 losers and 1 not loser.
This woman passed by moments earlier, but now she's back, joining another woman who's already stepped up.
Who do you think you are?
Who I am.
Oh, okay. Well,
Even though they're strangers, the two women work in tandem, one talking to our victim, while the other one sets the mean girls straight.
You guys are being so evil and mean. When you grow up, you're going to be ashamed of the way you're acting.
That's right.
3
I think
very
it's 3 of
ugly,
you.
unattractive people.
Then they switch roles.
I'm like so upset for you. They're very, very evil.
It's fine.
People.
While a few men scold from the sidelines,
Guys, be nice. God.
one after another, women step up to give those girls a piece of their mind.
loser.
Why don't you get a life? Guys, look at her. And leave her alone.
Don't you girls have any place else to go?
You're not my mother.
Thank God. If I were your mother, I'd knock your head off.
And we start to notice something else. We had asked our actors to keep their language clean, so we're surprised to find out that it's the adults who are cursing like sailors.
Why is it your problem? You don't know her. You don't know us.
You know those little I'm sorry.
Because you're right here.
Excuse me?
You have.
And then another pattern emerges. Watch this.
Oh, you guys are so cool. You're such losers. It's unbelievable.
Grown women reverting to teenagers, becoming mean girls themselves.
Oh, it's so cool to pick on people. Oh my God.
Let's leave this freak. Come on, guys. When the women came up to us and they imitate us completely, and we were like, wow, it was like amazing that they would just like come down to our level to try to get through to us.
Our girls are clearly striking a nerve, and for some, the painful memories come flooding back.
I guess it was that I was a teenager. I was bullied. Plus, I think I remember picking on other kids.
It's so cool to pick on people.
You know, maybe mimicking them, a role-playing kind of thing. I don't know. It must have all just come into play. I don't know. I didn't think about it. It just happened.
We asked our expert, why such raw emotion?
I think it reflects how intense people feel, and also it's like a flashback to when they were younger. And when that happens, it can be a gift because it can really propel you to be courageous and intervene.
But we're about to meet a woman who won't let a few mean girls rattle her.
Well, at least then you'd be giving me respect, right?
This is something that I try to teach my children too, and they're only 4 and 8. Is that if they want respect, they've got to give respect.
Who cares?
Well, because I'm a person, I care about another person. And I still see 3 girls picking on 1 girl. How would that make you feel?
We had to ask her, is she a psychologist?
No, it's just my mom.
You're being fresh. Why don't you knock it off?
We're noticing that a lot of women are stepping up, even more than when the bullies were boys. But now we decide to throw in a twist.
Hey, Catherine, having fun sitting all by yourself over here?
What would happen if our girls dress in hoodies and act more aggressively?
When you least expect it, we're gonna pound your face in.
The result? People are much more reluctant to get involved. But those who do appeal directly to the victim, Catherine.
Catherine, why don't you just get up and walk away? It's not worth it. Walk away from them right now.
Don't worry, I've been there before.
You'll be the one that makes a life out of yourself.
The reason they do that is because they don't like themselves.
So what's the best approach? Wiseman says it's much better to confront the aggressors.
In this situation, if you ask the target, they're probably going to say, I'm fine, because they have to deal with the bullies later. The adults don't. So it's much more effective to actually say to the bullies, this is what you need to do. You need to stop. You need to walk over there. I am calling the police.
Which is exactly what this man does, in no uncertain terms.
Girls, I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to clear this area, okay? All three.
What are you, the police?
Let's go. Move it. Leave the girl alone or you're going to deal with the police.
It's hard to know what to do, but no matter the age, sex, or appearance of the bullies, it's important to do something. And if it's your child being bullied,
You say 3 things. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Thank you for telling me. And together you and I are going to work this out. And then they think about exactly what they want to say to the bully. And then you strategize with the kid about where you would confront the bully.
So who learned more, the people passing by or our actors? Will you guys watch out for the victims now, speak up for them more often?
I've always tried to stick up for people, and it's so hard when your friends are the ones picking on this girl, and it's like you come between, you could lose a friendship. Now, especially from this experience, I will totally stick up no matter what, because seeing people just walk away, I was like, never again, never again.
You walk somewhere else. This is a playground.
And from this former mean girl, an apology.
I regret being so mean to this one boy in my class. Julio, if you're out there and you're watching, I'm so sorry.